Greetings, everyone. Welcome to this new class of August 12, I think. How are we doing? Good? Focus on yourself, breathe, be happy, chill. The Siddhi for today is anAshrita. 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 Okay. In modern slang, it means let that shit go. It is something that happens without our knowing. An event happens that triggers an emotional response, and we don't see it. So why is Raven typing my social name? She just copy paste the stuff I wrote yesterday. Okay. Sometimes we react to someone talking to us, to an event, to a news we're learning. But why and what? And we start to become emotional and even dramatic about it. It can be something you learn on the news. It can be news that someone you love tells you. It can be what your friend, your lover, your parent, or your child just tells you, and immediately the emotions just start flowing out. You know about that, right? And we dramatize. Basically, we are very engaged into the reaction. The fact is that our emotions are on the surface, just below, and everything seems fine, and we're happy and everything's good, but the moment someone tells shit to us, bam! And you have to notice something or to realize it afterwards. We don't see it happen. A good example that I've seen frequently is, but why are they doing this? And they should do that and they should do this. Okay. And you'll realize one reflex we have is we say, but why? And we keep talking. So if you ask why to someone, if you want to know why, usually it's because you seek information. So you should listen. You should think, but why? Let's think about it. Maybe I'll put myself in their position, see why they're doing that. Like, let's try to understand. But that's not what we do. We say, but why? As a surprise, and we just keep talking. They shouldn't do this, and we just start talking and deblatterate all the reason why it should happen our way. Okay, it can be about global news, can be about your media situation with your friends, with your lovers, with your family, parents, child, and you just don't understand and you start to react. It can be at work, okay? So, but why do they do this? They shouldn't do this, okay? Whenever we have these reactions, you'll notice that something inside us is very implicated, engaged in the reaction. How do I explain that? The next step. A little sip of courage, maybe. It's coffee. In my 30s, when I said, let's take a sip of courage, it was usually, brandy or something, but now it's just coffee. First, we'll look at the fact that we do have moments of outbursts of emotion. And humbly admit it. Yes. Now, why do we do that? That's because we value our own opinion way more than someone else's, which, is actually a very good thing. Your opinion and your point of view, you value it more than someone else's point of view, and that's good in a way that it protects you. You are the most important person in your life. And you should also care for others, but not at the expense of your own self-love. However, this is not the topic of this class. The topic of this class is to admit to ourselves, I lose my shit. I become dramatic and reactive when faced with new information that does not please me or that threatens me. Okay? Maybe it doesn't threaten your life. Maybe it just threatens your pride. Maybe it threatens your beliefs. When you're threatened in any way, when you're provoked. So let's admit that we do respond emotionally, and then we get stuck there, and we build potentials. Like after months or years, you build a reaction, and one day it's just going to explode, and you don't want that. That is because we believe in our drama. We believe in the problems. Of course, responsibly, we have to take care of problems. But emotionally, we have to practice to let that shit go, to disengage the drama. Okay? So the Siddhi of this week, potentially dangerous one if you don't practice it correctly. anAshrita. Ashrita means to be engaged, to care, to be implicated, to give importance, to be attached. It's all this, okay? That's Ashrita. So, anAshrita is to disengage, to detach, to de-dramatize, to de-implicate yourself. Okay? And to stop giving importance to illusions. Okay? Now, if you practice incorrectly, you'll just be absorbed in anAshrita and you'll stop caring about the world. You won't give a shit about nothing, and your life will become empty and boring. Okay? So don't do the ego mistake of denial, like, well, fuck the world. That's not anAshrita. Okay? anAshrita is to detach from the importance of the illusions, to let go of the drama. Of course, it means to detach, to disengage, to unimplicate ourselves. Yeah. But we don't want to do it out of denial towards the world. Like, the world is shit, let's just leave it. That's reactive. That's also, a denial is also an illusion. That's also drama, okay? Because the beauty of life comes when we care. When we feel part of this world. Whether you're young, middle-aged, or old, when you still feel a part of this world, and that there's beauty in this world, there's beautiful things, and that it matters. What we do here matters. Okay? That makes you feel alive. Okay? But the reactions, the hatred, the anger, the greed, and sometimes the ignorance. anAshrita is to disengage from my dreams. Am I so important that I will suffer the difference between people? Do I care about my own value, my own importance, my own power trip? Do I need that much to be validated by others, to be heard? If you're never heard, it's going to be hard. However, do you need so much to be heard that you would destroy the beautiful things you have in life? Because you're so attached to the drama of identity, of self-importance. Sometimes we say, focus on the positive. Make a list of the good points that you see in a situation and focus on that. Like, life is beautiful, I feel cared for, food is plenty in my life, my bills are paid, my children are eating, I'm happy. So I owe nothing to no one, you know. Maybe your list is shorter, maybe your bills aren't paid, maybe you're lonely. I mean, I understand. Try to make a list of the positive things. Do your best, you know. And then detach from the shit. Detach from the things you can't resolve or you have not yet been able to resolve. Could be your health situation, your level of communication with your coworkers or your friends or your lover. anAshrita. De-dramatize. Now a question is, how do I detach from my sickness? That's a nice question. You don't detach from your sickness. You detach from the drama. You detach from the self-importance. You see, it's very challenging to accept nature will come and kill you at one point. It's so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking. You see? It is. Yeah. Of course, do what you can to heal. Do what you can possibly can. That's responsible. Okay? But once you've done really, honestly what you can, and it won't change, well, don't abandon the cause, you know. Try to save your life. Try to be healthy. Do your best. Eat your vitamins, you know. Do some cardiovascular to make your blood flow and try to make the best out of it. But detach from the drama. And this is where it becomes so hard to practice anAshrita. And that's why we use a Siddhi. anAshrita will help us accept, to detach from all this self-importance. What is beautiful in life is to care. It is to do our best. It is to be there to enjoy what can be enjoyed, even if it's little or even if it's a lot. And to detach from the unenjoyable. Our ego will be in the way, our pride will be in the way. Like, I can't accept the current situation. You see, this is the difficulty in understanding if there's a situation that you don't want to accept. If you can change something about it, change it. But if you can't, detach from your self-importance. You see, if all else fails, why would you still be troubled? Why would you remain unable to find peace because of a situation you cannot change. So we practice anAshrita, and the ego is like, but I can't capitulate. I can't accept that this situation continues. Well, okay, do something about it. But the drama, you see, the drama, the reason why you keep losing your shield and getting angry, disengage from all the battle, the self-importance, detach from the situation. It's difficult. This is anAshrita. A good moment to practice detachment is when someone dies. This is where obviously you won't be able to change the fact that that person is dead and not coming back. Then at that part, it's easier to practice the anAshrita, the detachment, the disengaging. Just let go. You lost. A question I often teach: what must I lose to find peace again? And we practice mourning. What must I lose to find peace again? anAshrita. The Siddhi of anAshrita is not an ecstatic bliss. It's not a moment of great joy. It's a Siddhi where we practice liberation from the suffering that we impose on ourselves with our own mind, with our own illusion of value, of importance. It's paradoxical because I'll tell you, you are the most important person in your life. As a way to say that you have to care for yourself. And then it's beautiful if you care for others. And then I'll say, let go of that self-importance. So you still care for yourself, but the drama that you will put around your importance, that's the importance you have to let go. It's the drama. Like, how dare do you insult me? No one insulted you. They have their own vision, their own view, and just let go of that. Detach from the illusion. So sometimes in the practice, we do a variation of the mantra. We do anAshrita Maya. Maya means illusion or dream. anAshrita Maya. It is specific on letting go of the illusions we put on ourselves. Okay. The Siddhi to practice is anAshrita, of course. The variation is to inspire you sometimes to see that you have illusions and dreams and mental fabrications of reality that are causing you suffering. Detach from your beliefs in life, of what you've composed. And you see, sometimes we don't even know what are our illusions because they're illusions. We don't know about it. So anAshrita Maya will help us let go of dreams, even if we don't know about these dreams. Let go of illusions, of the bullshit we tell ourselves. Okay? So now you have it, anAshrita Maya. Let's go back to the core teaching of anAshrita. The reason why I teach this week is the fact that we become angry at something. We become angry. If we're angry, we are obviously lying to ourselves. We want something that we won't have. We are disappointed from a situation. So this anger obviously came from being attached to a situation. anAshrita will help the anger triggers, the things that causes you to go from peace to angry, reactive, or in a conquest. That was the first question. I mean, then there's the entire teachings of detachment and letting go of your dreams and your false hopes and accept reality as it is. The reason why I teach this is the question: how can I stop getting angry all the time, reacting to an external stimulus, reacting to information? How can I stop reacting to someone comes to me and talks shit to me? Like someone comes and says something I don't like. How do I stop just bursting? It is to practice the natural state of not finding ourselves so important that we have to protect every little dream we have. And we practice anAshrita. anAshrita. Just let that shit go. Let go of the protecting of your dreams, your identity, your self-importance, your need to be heard. So that eventually someone comes to you and talks shit or says something you don't like, and your reflex won't be to defend yourself, but why? Your reflex will be, I said recently to someone that they say that a lot, but why? And then I had to say, okay, well, let's look. Do I do that? But why? I don't say the words but why. But I do agree that in my mind I have the reflex. I don't understand why they're doing something. Let me explain to them something. So basically it's the subconscious silence, same thing. Just reacting and throw the information out. At the point of getting angry. I got angry recently. So anAshrita is it so important? Is it so important? My dreams, my illusions, what I want out of my job, what I want out of my relationship, what I want out of my friend, what I want out of life, is that so important? And I have to remind you, don't use this Siddhi to become so careless and unimplicated that you don't even care what life will bring you anymore. It's beautiful to care. It's beautiful to implicate yourself in life. But if you reach a point of being angry instead of peaceful or in charge, there's a difference between taking care of a situation and being angry at a situation. And sometimes we do both. I have to take care of this, and then we're emotionally charged, so we can't really see clearly what's going on, Deep inside, we still care for ourselves, for others when we can, in our way. And we let go of all the stuff that causes us to be angry. Why am I so important that I have to put so much pride in it, so much fear in it, so much shame that I will burst in a defensive way and explode and then become aggressive about something? anAshrita. detach. Just detach. Especially from my own dreams. anAshrita Maya. Detach. anAshrita. What must I lose to be free again? What must I mourn to be at peace? And it usually is something inside, my value, my needs. And then we try to find a balance in there. To care for what matters, for reality. And to let go of what is going away anyway. What you're losing anyway. And often it's self-importance. Self-importance is what is lost. Okay. anAshrita. So, the practice of a Siddhi, I remind you, is not a thing that you do during the event. Like, oh, it's time to detach, I'm going to do, and well, you can say a mantra with the word anAshrita in it to produce a detachment. But the Siddhi itself is something you do on your own when there's nothing really to detach, when it's really you. You have to just practice at this attitude. So that later, like whoever's freaking out with the heart, thank you so much, but you can let that shit go. But thank you for sharing. You practice anAshrita to let go of your self-importance and your illusion immediately. So that when an external situation comes, maybe you won't be so inclined to react again. anAshrita. anAshrita. I practice the detachment, the disimplication. So it doesn't really matter. Let's say someone does something differently than me in life. Is it that important? We are so prompt, so quick to say that everyone's different. It's a nice phrase, but we don't believe it. The moment someone does something different from ours, I'm threatened. What is this? Should I tell them that they're doing something differently? And I think it's wrong. You see, everyone is unique like everyone else. Everyone is different. Everyone can do handle their life any way they want. That's what we say. We don't believe it. We say we're full of shit. We lie to ourselves. We react the moment we're exposed to difference. It takes humility to just admit it. Yeah, it's okay. People are different. That means I'm not that important. And sometimes I won't be validated. anAshrita will help you be honest about yourself and how much you think the world should be exactly how you think it should be. Actually, the world, we don't know how it should be. We don't know. anAshrita. Mourn your dreams, your self-importance, and detach from all the things you don't control. anAshrita is deep. It's detachment and to end your self-importance in so many ways. anAshrita. And if you see that you are often angry at little or big situations, practice detachment. It's okay. Just let that go. anAshrita, the Siddhi of detachment and disimplication. Peace. Enjoy your week.